Hey Wild Things, how are you? This is Angel's Answers. Welcome to my channel. I do have an older one, but I don't use it anymore just because of the fact that it's not that professional. It has some like actual life stuff in it. So this is just starting out. So there's not that many videos on there right now. I try to put out content as much as possible. Lately, I've been having some problems going on that have been holding me back from being able to do videos, especially with my energy. I don't like to do videos when I'm not in the best energy because then it could affect the reading, but it's not necessarily always the case. So this is going to be a collective reading. I have been trying to do like a collective reading every time I do one, and then like a zodiac sign with it. So we'll see what happens after this reading. I'm kind of like recuperating from crap. So let's just see how we go with this one. Okay, so collective reading is for the collective. The collective need to know. These like cards are still so stiff. I got them for Christmas, so I think that just ruined them. It like made it worse. As I say it. It's a lot. That one just came up before because I had to redo it. And it was in the reverse position as well. Okay. So there could be a situation that is asking you to stand your ground. You might have been dreaming about this for a while and it's on your journey. It is here for a reason. But you might be going back and forth with the decision and not really knowing what to do with it. So it's asking you to have more of an intention of the direction that you want to go in to create what it is that you need to create. That does mean taking care of your own needs, taking care of yourself, self-care, self, like take caring of self. I don't know why, but a house just came into my mind. If you do dream work, or if you ever think about anything with the dreams or whatever, interpretations of dreams, when you have the house, it's about self. So that's why they also say sometimes, like, depending on how like clean or dirty or what your house looks like that's like kind of like what it's like in your mind. So if you have a lot of clutter in your house, it can mean like, like in order to like have more of a clear mind, it actually like tells you to like throw out stuff that is like a just in case if I need this, or like, because you're abundant, so like if you need it again, like you'll be taken care of if you really do need it, so you're holding back power within you. You might be a mystic, some kind of healer, teacher, and there's something in you that your mind has to start clearing out things in order to be able to hold space for new. Be honest with yourself and be brave moving forward, whatever this is, because it might be a decision again that you went back and forth with because you don't know if it's going to take care of your needs and wants and fulfill you, or if it is or if it's not. Like, you don't know which way to go. But if you think about what you need, it will help you to be able to stand your ground in what direction and what your intention is to get what it is that you've been dreaming about, because it is on your journey. It's supposed to be here for a reason. It's not necessarily here to teach you lessons. Like, obviously it's here to teach you lessons, but it's here as a destiny. But okay, when I think of destiny or fate or whatever, like I feel like the divine, like source, whatever, like the universe, like they do have a set out plan for our lives because we have purpose here. I think our purpose is just our passions, what we're here that we feel like we need to do if you're a teacher, you like to help people and you would like teach your craft. You know what I mean? I don't mean witchcraft. I mean like, if you do trauma, if you do, like whatever. I can't think of anything right now, but whatever it is that you are really specialized in, like narcissist, like empath stuff, like, like self-help, or just like, even if you enjoy like doing pottery and you're doing like a pottery class, like, like you're inspiring other people to do something new and create and, use their imagination, stuff like that. But you might feel like you have this dream, dream, and it's in reverse, which could mean, again, you don't really know which direction to go in. That was cool though. I love when that happens. The enchanter dream, I wish upon a star and my dreams come true. There you go. So it's asking you like, what is it that you really want? Like, what is it that you desire? Like, what is it that you really came here or feel like you came here to do? Something could have to do with an ocean. Oh, the house. So like itself. So like if you have a dream where like somebody like breaks in your house, you would feel like something in your life is being disturbed. Like you feel in intrusive thoughts, or you feel like somebody's stepping your boundaries, like something like that. So you could either think about it's you, your house is you, it's your inner, it's you. So if you want to like think about what it is in your house that you have that could be giving off bad energy, negative energy, home. I love it. The temple. Yeah, the temple. Home. I no longer search outside of myself for home. So maybe there needs to be a standing of your ground, whatever. You need to stand your ground and be brave and honest with the direction that you know you need to go towards. That might have been a dream from before and you thought was on your journey, like was part of your journey, but something could have sidetracked you, and you stopped working towards it, or, something like that. Yeah, I am ready to let go with self-compassion and surrender. So again, that's the number 23, which in numerology is 5, which means change. So when it has this in reverse, which is direction, guardian, choose your path, it kind of feel like you got off like course for a little bit. But you could be a shaman, or you could have wanted to be a shaman, and then you again just got off your path. Something could have happened that's asking you to stand your ground. You could be unhappy in your household. There could be somebody in your household that's making you unhappy, that either used to maybe make you happy before, and you kind of just want to like not be around them anymore. And that could be, there we go, home again. And it was in up the reverse. So again, it could definitely dream. So crazy. This is why I love tarot, because it's just so like interesting. Yeah. So this could have to do with a relationship. I don't like reading relationship cards because I've said this before, everything is energy. So you could believe in one thing and think that your passion is this and your direction is this, and then all of a sudden in 5 minutes somebody will change it, or something will change it, a circumstance will change it like that. And I could be like doing this whole like half-hour video and you're like, oh my god, okay, I know what to do, and then all of a sudden bam, and you're like, okay, everything just changed. Like this doesn't seem like this is what it is anymore. So I don't like doing I don't go towards doing relationship readings, because I've been led on in tarot before to go by what it says, to go by what's going on in relationships, and it's not pretty. So this could have something to do with a relationship, especially if you're living with somebody in your home that is making you uncomfortable or unhappy, or once brought promise and it just doesn't anymore. So we do have the Lovers. This cosmic union is destined for greatness. So let me just look. You could believe in like Palladians, Austrics, Syrians, like the galactic world. You could be from a past life of the galactic. Where are those? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So quest, like your dream, your journey, like you have a vision. You have a vision of what it is, what your path is supposed to be, like what direction you're supposed to go in, right? um I feel like you are being honest with yourself about it and getting into an energy of having that, or the available energy is to be honest with yourself and be brave with moving forward, and to start being able to learn how to stand your ground in order to hold the space to bring in what it is that you know that you need to be doing right now, or you want to be doing. Once you start taking care of your own needs and paying attention to yourself and your own self healing, it will help you a lot with getting back on track and realizing what your dreams are once again, and what you're here to do, or what you feel like you're here to do, or what it is you want to do here. You know what I mean? It doesn't even have to be like that. It can be like what you want to do. I'm gonna see. Okay. So you do or did have a quest, like you had like, or you still have to do a quest, but maybe you knew better what it was that you wanted to do. And it was more of a flow. You could embody that authentic and sensual essence of what it was that you felt about your power, about mysticism. You know what I mean? You could have had more of a grasp on metaphysical aspects of yourself, or maybe you were learning or how to do healing, or crystals, or crystal grids, or pendulums, or tarot, or oracle, like any of that. You know what I mean? Like you could have been trying to find like your way in your spirituality. um and I think because, you might have just been starting, or you're trying to find something, your quest, whatever, maybe like you got off path, you were trying to find your way, or the reason why you could have gotten off your path was because if you weren't already learning your spirituality or knowing enough about it, is that like, if we look beyond with ourselves, like if we are live in our 3D materialistic like external reality, we can get caught off because we look for validation and reassurance outside from circumstances, situations, people that are outside of us. So it's like, I feel like something could have happened with maybe a relationship, or even just within yourself. You got separated, you disconnected, or a relationship kind of cut you off from your heart and your dreams, and the spirit direction that you knew what you wanted to do and where you're supposed to go. It inspired you to do this creative flow, and you could have a block right now with your creativity. But once this self-care, taking care of your own needs, creating who you want to be in this world, you know what I mean? Once you can get out of that darkness and back into the light, you're gonna not feel as lost. You're gonna feel more on your spiritual path again, and have the better discernment and way of choosing your next move. So I think you just got off course a little bit because you were searching for things outside of yourself, when everything is within you. Like all your answers, everything is within you. You just might have to tap into it better. And maybe that's like darkness. I knew that was gonna come out. Yeah, so darkness. Through this darkness though, you really have been resilient with moving forward. If you feel like you've gotten stuck, you've gotten out of it, not pretty quickly, but it could be something that you've dealt with over and over and over again, and so you kind of already know how to go about it, but seem to not stop doing it. You might think that this situation or person once before that you really, really had hunger for, like you wanted something with them, was really beautiful. It could have been too. I'm not saying it never was. you could have had a lot of gratitude for, the beauty that it brought into your life. It was here to bring you more into balance with your spirituality, I feel, because with the house thing that I was saying, realization. I think what it is that you were realizing is to be more grateful for the beauty that happened in the darkness that you found yourself. Well, not found yourself. You learned where you wanted to put your creativity and your intention, because where attention goes, energy flows, right? So it's like you could have got off course with balancing, or your balance in all areas of your life, and in remembering what it was that you once wanted, but you've you've came to this realization that there's gratitude to be found in the beauty of what was, or what you thought was, because it taught you something. And when we get off our spiritual path, or when we get, when we do something and we use the wrong choice, nothing is the wrong way of doing anything, because everything leads us to something, a realization, or a healing, or a lesson that brings us into the next part of our journey that is meant for us. And we might have not have known how to navigate through that part if we didn't know what we need to do. And maybe like whatever it is that you just went through in your darkness, that you realized the better discernment would have went this way, like you needed that as a next step for the next step. You know what I mean? You might have not have been able to move on, and it could have been something blocking you to be able to move on if you didn't learn the lesson. Because if you didn't learn that and you didn't know how to use it in your future, then it's like you wouldn't have grown in that void. You wouldn't have learned how to be ready for if something like that happened again, or if the same lesson came up again in a different way, or if that person does something else, and you don't take care of it a different way. Then it's like, the focus of action, or the thing that you're focused on the most, might make you take action that's just going to make you in the same spot. You might be resistant to change. Again, you might, be having to leave this person, or it is meant for greatness, and it's just unhappy right now. And there's something that needs to be learned through an inspiration, some kind of getting out of the darkness, something of a rebirth, finding that creative flow again. You know what I mean? There could be, I'm not saying you can't be with this person, or you can't be in this situation, or whatever, but I think it has something to do with holding yourself back, letting this person or letting this situation hold you back, and you feeling like you don't have the wisdom to move forward. And that's why it became difficult to walk into the unexpected of your path that you thought you knew already, which might still be the same thing. But if you're holding yourself back from your power, and you're putting this situation first, or this person first, and you're not paying attention to your own healing, and then you're not taking care of your needs. And that could be something that needs to be healed. There could be an addiction, something that's holding you back from creating different in a new situation or relationship, or with this person, that you fear doing. You fear changing or putting boundaries up because you're scared that this person will leave, or, but nourish, really take some more care for your healing. Because if you trust that what's to come is meant for you, and you do the healing, and you take care of your own needs, and you stand your ground, and you stand up for yourself, and you hold space for new, and you do what you know you have to do that's best for you, and you take that wisdom into the unexpected, and you get out of those negative habits or negative habitual thoughts, beliefs, the fear, whatever the fear is that you're not putting up stable boundaries, and trusting that it's for your growth, it's for you, it's not, you know what I mean? And the more you nourish that, hold on, this path. Okay, the more you nourish that and come into an acceptance, it will bring more abundance into this situation. So there's something that needs to have more clarity that you might be assessing right now. Yeah, self-reflection. Take time for yourself. Like, if this situation is on hold, take that time to realize what it is that you want, reflect on what it is that's really going on, and decide if it's really for you, if it really should come with you on the rest of your path, or leaving it behind, or if you can set healthier boundaries. And see, that's the thing, if you can set healthy boundaries for yourself and then you see what happens out of it, and this person or place or situation or whatever that you're in trying to create takes away your power or it gives you pleasure. So it's like, if this person or this thing can accept what it is that your boundaries are, then it will show that they respect you, or that, you have more respect for yourself, and it can move forward. But if they don't trust you, if you don't trust them, it's going to also, that could be what it's asking you to purify your thoughts on. Yeah, masculine. You could be in your emotions right now and not really taking any action. You could just be trying to balance out everything and be in your power once again, because you could feel like you gave it away to the situation or person. That could be where the self-love. Take time for yourself. Do the work. Do the self-love. To get your power back, where you feel like you don't have to give in to somebody else for them to. You could have thought that they were part of your path, or the job that you were in was your dream job and it was going to take you places, and now you're just finding yourself like not happy in it anymore. You don't see any growth or any movement. There's something that needs to be released, and you do have the free will and the will in general to do it. You are protected. You could feel like you need some guidance. You need some kind of guidance through this. You could be like at the end of your wits with this situation, and it needs to be released. But once there's change, things will start. Once there's change, more things will attract to you and give you a new beginning, but there just needs to be faith, patience. You'll come back into your power if you know what I mean. You'll come back into your authoritative state. This could be something that you keep going back to, like to an extreme. Like, you might think that you're like good, and then you go back to it somehow, some way. You could have had a lot of love for it at one point in time. It could have really benefited you. You could have felt supported. Friendship. You could have felt supported in it. Dog. You could have felt supported at one time, and it felt really good, and now it just like... Anyways, let's look at some lessons that could help. Sorry if I don't seem as spunky. It's not that I'm not. I'm just kind of, I don't know, like these resonate with me too. Like, I understand. I get it. You know. Yeah. Whatever it is, it's bringing you negativity and taking peace and away from you and happiness, like, it needs to be released. Any negative energy. Because you're a being of love. We're here to be happy in love. This person might not have any empathy. They could be very empathetic. They're not open to seeing how you feel in this situation, how whatever it is that's going on, how it's affecting you. They could be very selfish, or it could be the other way around. There could be a fear of trust and a fear of change where you feel like you're going to be alone, or you already feel alone, which is not really helping your health right now, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You need to know that no matter what, you are never alone. Yeah, we have honesty again. Know that you can always be honest within yourself and not always with others. So you don't know everybody's intentions, which sucks. Yeah, I saw this. You could have looked at this as a failure of purpose, and not really going through a grieving process over it, because you might have too much pride of even love. You might have too much pride even wanting to admit that there is a problem, or that you need healing, or that it was a failure. You could be stubborn on the fact that you're not going to let this fail. You could be envious of somebody in not realizing what they're going through, or the opposite. Somebody, you might not have the patience anymore to deal with this. Yeah, it's holding you back from success. And the more you can love and open your heart, the more it comes in for success. And if you have a situation or a person that's, you're in denial about, that you don't want to admit, that's taking away from your power of feeling free and is taking away your happiness, then, like, I feel like you're looking at it like, oh, it's not a problem. Nothing is wrong right now, because you don't want to worry about it. It's like you don't know what to do about this person, friendship. But realize that everybody comes into your life for a reason, usually to keep, either for a blessing or a lesson. They're here to stay, or they're here to go for a season. And you could have held on to this person for way too long out of being scared. There needs to be discipline here. Like, anything you accomplish your mind, like what you set your mind to, you will. So if something's not going your way, you can't blame yourself for it, because it's easier said than done. But, like, you can leave the situation. Whether it's not, and you can't physically leave, yeah, it's out of balance. Somebody could not be feeling any guilt towards what's going on. Or again, it could be you. There's no gratitude for the other person, or the opportunities that they've been presented by the other person. If you are in a situation where you can't really physically leave, or you're financially codependent, or codependent in something, you can leave the mindset. You can use your imagination to nourish and work in that muscle memory of your creative side. And then you can release the doubt, because all you need is your creating what you're creating in your mind. Yeah, so every ending is a new beginning. It doesn't mean that relationship. It doesn't mean that this person or situation or whatever would never come back or work out if you were to leave the situation, or pretty much stand your ground and say, this is what I want, This is my journey. This is what I'm here to do. Get real honest with yourself and be like to this person, like you're either here with me or without me. Right? Because at the end of the day, it's about me and what I want and what makes me happy, not what makes you happy, what makes me happy. Yeah, balance needs to be restored. And you know, whenever I say like you attract what you put your attention on is what you'd put energy towards, and everything is energy. So if you're putting energy towards something and you're thinking negatively about it, all it's going to happen is more negativity is going to be focused on and more is going to attract and happen. So it's like if it does have to do with anything, just think of things that used to make you happy about it. If it's a person, pick out the qualities that made you fall in love with them. And look beyond what's in front of you and what they're really doing. If it's a job, think about the dreams that you once had for it and the feeling behind it and the potential that you thought that was behind it, you know? So let's see what the universe has to say. I'm the loving energy of the universe. Yes, you are. And oneness is my true nature. Okay. So realize also that we are all one. So if you are dealing with a person, which it seems like it's a bad person, we all have the same problems. Like, not like that. Like, it's not like something's happened to me and it has to have happened to you. Like, no. Like, I mean, like, we all have fear. We all judge. We all blame. We all, you know what I mean? So it's some people just are selfish. Some people are kind. Like, we all have our different qualities and quirks and, you know, not so good qualities and the things that we thrive in and the things that we like and the things that we're good at and the things that we're not good at, because we've all lived different experiences. We all have different dreams. You know, we all have a different journey that we've already made for ourselves. And if you're in a karmic situation or you're in a karmic cycle that needs to be healed, then nothing's really going to change. If you need to prove a point to yourself, I don't know why I said that, then there needs to be action. But you gotta realize, you gotta have the right discernment on what it is before you take action, because it could really end up not being the right action or not being the action that you want to take in order to deal with this, and then it could just get worse. So just take a break. Only pay attention to yourself and your dreams and your journey and what it